thanks first of all for this deep insight into the sample preparation. And just before moving into the Q&A, I want to thank everyone for joining us and for the questions that already came in. And let's see how many we can answer online, and the ones we don't get in now, we will follow up afterwards. Mm-hmm. So let's start with the first one, Detlef. Mm-hmm. What are the best practices when refilling an eluent in the middle of a run? Are there any?
Not sure how to answer that. The best practice is don't do it. Don't fill up eluents during the run. There are several reasons why this is dangerous. There is a risk of contamination, carbonate contamination. It's a risk of biocontamination. So just don't do it. You save time and effort by simply following the protocols of exchanging the eluents and have a proper degassed eluent available. Believe me, you save time and money doing that. Don't fill up eluents during the run.
Never refill. That's a clear answer.
Yeah, had to learn it the hard way.
Okay. The next question is in German, so I have to translate it. Let's see, it's how can we optimize the separation of xylose and mannose, as well as the separation of glucose, galactose, and sucrose? And there's a second question, is the nitrogen quality 99.5% enough to protect the eluent, or what do we recommend? Detlef, what do we recommend?
Okay, let's start with the first question. The first question was, how do we optimize the separation of a named number of carbohydrates? Ribose, arabinose, xylose, mannose, sucrose, glucose. I think that was the list of the components. My best advice that I can give here is pick and choose the column of suitable selectivity, because that is the easiest way to optimize the separation. And what we saw in an earlier point of the presentation, the biomass application that I showed you, that is basically done on the AEX20, sweet sap AEX20 column. And that would be my recommendation to use to...
It showed superb separation.
I love that separation because, like arabinose, rhamnose, xylose, mannose, two extremely difficult separations under isocratic conditions, and done in the perfect way.
Yeah,
it is, and I can tell you a little secret. Our colleagues in the application development team already continued to improve the separation, and we have now conditions for this kind of separation. I can tell you, finger licking good. So the right column is the best way for the best separation. That is as simple as it is. And regarding nitrogen, it was right.
Yep.
The recommendation is to use nitrogen 5.0, 99.9999 five niners percent, because of the concentration of other gases present. We want to avoid that we have a contamination of the eluent with any kind of gases being present in the nitrogen. That's why nitrogen 5.0, that is my recommendation.
Thanks, Detlef. So there are more questions that came in, but that second one, it really took us longer than expected to answer. So I will cut short at this point, but no worries, we will follow up with your questions afterwards. So I want to cut short because I need a couple of minutes more, because today is the last session of our webinar series, and Detlef, I believe this is a good opportunity to take a short look back. So we have a couple of presenters, Jade and Christian from our R&D team. Unfortunately, they are not able to join today because, as Detlef mentioned, they are developing more currently secret applications, hopefully soon to be published. So thanks to them anyway, and of course, Detlef, thanks a lot to you for your great
Hey, my
presentations
pleasure.
here.
And we cannot praise Jada and Christian high enough. They did a flamboyant job in their contributions to the webinar series. So thank you, Jada, thank you, Christian, and thank you to you, Daniel, as well. So it's a real team effort. I really thank you very much.
Thanks as well. Yeah, and we had, when we spoke about the series, we had 4 sessions in that series, each with a different focus. And on the first one, shown to the left side here, we spoke about the advantages of a dedicated carbohydrate analyzer that perfectly is able to cope with the requirements of this analysis. And in the second session, it was all about applications. And for me, with a sweet desert, that I learned about that HPAEC-PAD is actually a green technique.
That's true.
So yeah. In the third session, it was about the tips and tricks you gave and presented, and we included some videos about how to prepare the element and how to maintain and service a cell. And this was kind of a remote training, actually. So I hope all the participants liked it as much as I did. And I also learned a lot about the modern way to calibrate that you presented. So that was also very, very nice. Yeah, and today we took a look about the sample prep, so the step directly up front, the analysis. So I think we've gained a fairly holistic view on carbohydrate analysis, and I really like that. So yeah, Detlef, did I forget anything or?
Yes.
Yeah.
You did forget that we had a lot of fun. A lot of fun,
Yeah.
a lot of fun in preparing the presentations and in preparing to the execution and learning a lot from the incoming questions, because every question is something that where you have to think about and where you have to find the answers. So that is a very cool thing. And there's one thing that I also want to mention, only because that is the first installment and the last webinar of this year does not mean that we are not doing anything in the upcoming year. So please be prepared for messages that we are going to send out about events, about seminars, about topics. So we have a number of plans, but we just keep it a little bit secret, and to surprise you in the next year about what we are going to do.
New year, new game.
New year, new game.
So yeah, Detlef, but you also forgot something.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, we thanked almost everybody, but we forgot to thank the audience, the participants.
Thank you.
So thank you so much for joining us today. And I hope that you enjoyed this session and the webinar series as much as we did. And for us, it was great having you with us. And as a gesture of appreciation, we would like to offer you a special discount, 40% off on a column of your choice, including a guard column. And we will send you an invitation shortly. And if you are still eager to learn more, even more, or if you want to practice what you've learned in the webinar under our guidance, I recommend our customer user trainings. And they take place on 2 dates in March and September at our lab in the Netherlands, 2026, next year. Mm-hmm. And there will be plenty of hands-on work on systems in small groups. You can find more details on our webpage under antexscientific.com/services/training. So take a look. These courses are really, really excellent. So this is the end, but as Detlef mentioned, only for this year, not next new year, new game. So stay tuned about the new webinars that we will present. So for the remaining of the year, or for this year, we wish you a a wonderful and a Merry Christmas,
Yeah.
great end of the year, and a good start into 2026. So that's it. I'll close the session here. Take care and goodbye.
Bye for now.